Brother, you're back. I don't believe it. Dog, we don't have much time. I would love to talk to you about what happened last time, but we have to make another video. In this video, I will be ranking every Sonic Mania area from worst to best. Recently, I replayed this game since it has been over a year and a half since I last played it. And I streamed this on Twitch, but Twitch decided to remove every bit of footage. So now instead I am ranking every area from worst to best. And I'm sorry this video won't contain as much animation since we're on vacation soon. So yeah, I hope you can understand. Let's get right into this. In dead last, we have Pressed Garden Zone. It's a really painful one to place considering it was an original area made by the fans. In my opinion, it is still a great area, all of them are, but it just had some weird traversing mechanics and an underwhelming boss fight. Along with that, a not so great OST. In number 11, we have Titan Monarch Zone, the final area of the game and another one made by the fans. It introduced some cool mechanics in traversing, but at the same time, probably the most confusing area to go through, especially its second part. The final boss was pretty cool though, and the music was alright. These next two are very interchangeable now. Next is Hydrocity. The music in this one is great, but it is still a very difficult area, especially if you haven't learned to deal with the underwater terrain. The bosses were also pretty unique. Flying Battery Zone is weird. It's a pretty stupid area to walk through, and the bosses aren't anything special. What carries it though is the music that was even used at the last video. Not gonna lie, this should have been at top 10. We make it to the areas which I would call the midsection. They're good, but not the best. In number 8, we have Oil Ocean Zone. I like this area for the sole reason that I send my Pookie here to do the vile act of oiling up. Why did I leave that on the script, man? Jokes aside, this area isn't bad at all. The music is very unique and cool, and it has some pretty realistic mechanics. The bosses aren't it though. Next up we have Lava Reef Zone. It first originated in Sonic and Knuckles. The first act should just be called a carbon copy, because that's what it is. I'm not complaining though, because it's actually pretty good. Its second act though should just be considered a whole new area. And it is very original, did not take any inspiration from the original game. But the problem is that it is very forgettable and also does not mention any lore stuff like the Master Emerald, something that the other game did. These two are again very interchangeable, the next two. Mirage Salon is amazing. The entire first act is a plane chase against one of the big bads of the story. The second part is very chill. My only critique is that it was super short. Stardust Speedway doesn't seem to be all that in its first act. It has a cool atmosphere, but the music isn't there and the boss is lame. That is until you find out you were in the past. In the second act, you visit the future and the music is unparalleled, dare I say the best in the game. The atmosphere is full of life and the boss is Metal Sonic, one of the most popular characters in the series, and I would argue the best boss fight in this game. This thing alone makes up for the bad start, but also gets it a spot at number 5. Now we make it to the best areas in this game. Need I say more? At number 4, we have Chemical Plant Zone. The music is pretty good, the area is fun to go through, especially the second act, and it introduces to newer players some neat tricks. Not only that, us experienced players get a look at a cool mini-game which is disguised as the main boss fight. And also, the introduction to it right after the first area is insane. Speaking of the first area, at number 3 we have Green Hill Zone, the original, the one that started it all. Everything is on point, from the area design to the music, etc. They even gave Knuckles a unique starting point. I don't have anything else to add, so yeah. At number 2, we have Metallic Madness. This area is great. It's pretty long, but not too long. The music is good, then it gets even better. There are more mechanics, this time revolving around sizes, and the bosses are very nostalgic. I think this would have been a very fitting area to be called the final area. Finally, the gold medal goes to Studiopolis. This area is nothing but iconic. It's the first original area we get introduced at, and from the start, it's nothing but action. The music is the best, for real this time. And the introduction to the first main boss is nothing but perfect. The second act keeps this up with an OST better than the first, new and cool traversing mechanics, and an old school boss fight. I really hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed making it. It's not about the fame or the attention anymore, but it's just about the road and the entertainment of it. I don't plan on stopping animations, and I have several ideas right on my doorstep. As for this video, this ranking is just my opinion. Hating is your decision, and I can stop it. I'll be going now. Remember to never lose that smile of yours. See ya.